Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Real Talk, Real People, Real Results. And sometimes things don't happen the way that you want them to, but you know what? I got a quick person coming on that I was supposed to do an interview with last week that we kind of had to reschedule, and she's willing to jump on right now. So the show will go on. We are just going to wait for Melodie Ryan to jump on. Melodie Ryan, you know, she's a mom, she's a worker, she's a coach, and we're going to talk about her journey. We're going to talk about what coaching has done for her life, what kind of transformation she's gone through. So just give me 2 seconds. I'm going to get her right now. Invite to broadcast. And get this. So hopefully we don't have all these same issues all the time, but we are getting to the bottom. It is connecting. She is live. She is on her patio.
Hey, what's up?
It's gorgeous. Melodie, how are you?
Good, how are you? Sorry, I didn't know how to jump on, so I was like, and then I got the invite, so I'm here.
That's okay. What we have found out is it does not work on Android, but it will work on iPhone. So that's something new that I've just learned. So thank you for jumping on at a spur of a moment. I appreciate it. Couple things we got to do before we move forward. I have to do the Beachbody disclaimer because they're on me. They're saying, you know what, you got to talk about this stuff. So Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income from the Team Beachbody coaching opportunity. Each coach's income depends on his or her own efforts, diligence, and skill. And results may vary. Whatever we're talking about, transformations and so forth, people need to understand that results do vary, and anything that you put into it is what you get out of it. So we can go forward from there. So why don't you tell the people that are going to be watching a little bit about yourself and where you're at right now in life.
All right, so I don't know what you've kind of said about me. I always just start out that I am a hot mess mom, and I relate to so many moms out there. I only have 2 kids, but they are kind of my world, and we live out in Alberta, Canada, for those American people on, or Canadians. I work 3 days a week. Used to work 5 days a week, and now it is 3 days a week. We live on an acreage, so kids are an activity, so we're a busy lifestyle. I am a coach. I've been coaching for about 2.5 years. Yeah, that's a little bit about me. And you've
okay, why don't you tell us?
Sean, yeah, I just met Sean for the first time in the Dominican, so that was really neat to be able to kind of connect. Like, it's like Facebook, and then you see somebody in real life, so that was really neat to be able to meet you there.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was a good experience for sure. Why don't you tell us about your life before you started with Beachbody?
So I was working 5 days a week at the local hospital. I was working casual, so I was picking up a lot of shifts. So I would work 11 o'clock, work till 11 o'clock at night. And then somebody would say, oh, they're sick. So I'd go back in for 8 in the morning. And I just kind of picked up any shift that I could. We were also living in town at then, and I would kind of consider myself a gym rat and a runner. I would run and go to the gym all the time, and not really knowing anything about nutrition and not really getting the results that I wanted. And just with us, we were building on an acreage, so we were moving out to an acreage, and I was like, there's no way I'm going to be working 5 days a week, drive home, and then with having kids, and then drive back into town to go to the gym. So I kind of was at a loss of what to do. And I like nutrition, like not nutrition, but I mean, health and fitness was important to me, but I didn't even know where to go from there.
Okay, fantastic. So did you actually go through a transformation yourself? Like when you started, did you actually have?
Yes, I did. And I've had comments, I'll share with you guys. I've had comments on my page that there's no way I did that in 21 days. I did 21-day fix. And then I've had people say I don't look any different. So it's so funny to me that I'm like, I lost 8 pounds and 13 inches in 3 weeks. And I was a half marathon runner, and I did sprint triathlons, and I think I ran 7 half marathons. And I thought, I maybe have a little bit just to tone up, but I lost 13 inches in 3 weeks with 21-day fix and drinking Shakeology and using those portion control containers. Like, it just changed everything for me. I didn't even know anything about coaching or anything like that. I was just cheap and wanted to discount, and people were just coming up to me and saying, what did you do, Mel? Like, they knew me as this runner and this girl that would just go to the gym all the time, right? And then to just stop doing that and then have these fantastic results was kind of a different way of when you stop going to the gym and then you're getting good results, right?
Right. So what do you think, because you were a runner and you did go to the gym all the time, what do you think changed when you took on the 21-day fix? What was it that helped you receive the results that you got?
For myself, it was the nutrition. You know, I was definitely, I thought, you know, I was making whole wheat pasta, I was eating fruits and vegetables, and I was making my own smoothies. Like now, when I look, I would eat like 4 serving, like a yellow, for you guys that are on here that are 21-day fixers, or if you know, you're the portion controllers, I would eat 4 portions in one sitting. I'm like, oh yeah, I had whole wheat pasta, I'm healthy. Or I'd make a smoothie with like way more than fruit than I should have even be eating in a whole day. So for me, it was nutrition 100%. The Shakeology too, like I've had stomach issues. You know, IBS might be too much information for people out there, but it really dialing in my nutrition, adding those extra superfoods. I have my Shakeology kind of as like when I want to eat like chocolate and stuff at night, I have it then. So cutting out the sweets, but you know, it's like I still eat sweets and stuff like that. I'm just not all the time. And before nutrition, I thought I was healthy, but it was just out of control. Like it was eating way too much of the right stuff.
Right. Let's talk a little bit about what you were saying with the stomach issues, because you know what? I've heard this, like I've done 6 of these calls in the past week, and 4 people have said that it's actually helped them with their IBS. So it is a real show. It is raw. And you know what? People need to understand that make those kind of switches, that this really does help with IBS. A lot of people don't, there's much that you can do when it comes to IBS, but switching your nutrition around and really following a program, the calls that I've done with, you know, 4 out of 6 people saying they had those issues and now they don't really have those issues anymore, does show that what we do with Beachbody and the meal plans and the Shakeology, it really does help that. For any of you guys that are actually watching this right now, that will help control your stomach issues. So how did your team Beachbody Coach support you on your journey?
So I signed up, and I was very, very apprehensive. You know, I thought, I actually asked, are the workouts even that hard? Because I'm, you know, I work out, I'm already pretty fit. So I asked that question and I kind of felt cocky, and then it kicked my butt, first of all. So then I knew that, but I was put into a challenge group, and I was always on social media anyways, talking about my running or what I was doing. So I loved that I had to check in every day, and like my coach would give me like tasks on like post a healthy meal, or you know, do a water chugging challenge, and I just love that type of stuff. So I was all over that, and just being able to have a community of people to share that with. Before I didn't have that. Like I had some running friends and stuff like that, but when it's not even like a competition type of thing, it was just having that accountability of other people doing the same thing, and doing it online and being able to do it at home and not have to go anywhere. So I could do it anytime, and then I could just check in and do these little fun selfies or challenges. I loved that stuff. I still do.
Right. So it was more something just to hold you accountable, something for you to check into every day to some point. So we got Jeannie on here, and she just asked a question. Well, she didn't really ask a question, but maybe you can put some insight into it. So she just doesn't want to eat. She has the foods, but she has no appetite. She has the 21-day fix, as I know. What would you say to that for someone that just doesn't have the appetite? To me, that kind of sounds like there's so much food, I can't get it all in. What's your words of wisdom when it comes to that?
So I've had people say this before, that they're in, I don't know what bracket that you're in right now, but I've had people that they're in such a higher bracket that they were like, I can't do it. And I just say, break it down into smaller ones. The thing is, you really do need that food. It's fuel. and making sure that you're keeping on track. And like the more that you're eating, if you're just trying to save it for like the end of the day or later on in the day, it's going to be harder to get in all that food. But I think if you're doing it every 2.5 hours, just smaller ones, and if you're still feeling like it's too much food, then go down to the lower bracket. I don't know what bracket you're at. I would not recommend going anything lower than that first bracket, because that's very, very, that I wouldn't go anything lower than that. You need that for that half an hour. If you're doing your workouts every day, you're going to need that fuel for you. That's the way that I would look at it.
It's a fantastic answer. So when it came to, actually, let's ask you this. What Beachbody supplements are you using right now? Shakeology, and are you using anything else?
Yeah, I use Energize and the Recover. And if Jordan doesn't drink all the nighttime, is that recharge? The nighttime one is the recharge. Yeah, he drinks it all. So if there's some left, then I drink that. But Energize for me, because right now we used to be evening workout people, but now with summer we're doing a lot of stuff out here. So I'm getting up in the morning and drinking it first thing, my Energize. And Recover is basically like my first breakfast, and then I have breakfast at work, or later on in the morning. But yes, I didn't use Energize. And when they first came out with it, I was like, oh, like, is it just another thing to, to promote? But I'm like, well, I got to try it. And I've tried other pre-workouts, and I am very a hyper person already. And I was like the shaking, caffeine, and hated it. So the Energize with this, I don't get the shakes. I love the taste. It's like a lemony lime type taste. And the Recover, I actually sometimes prefer that over the Shakeology. So and it really helps with my muscle soreness. I've done quite a few rounds of Body Beast and pushed myself with weights and stuff like that, and doing really, really heavy leg days, and having it when I'm out of it, because Jordan and I use it, being out of it, I definitely notice a difference with muscle soreness and fatigue.
Right. Okay. So when it came to you doing the 21-day fix, when you first started, what was your biggest challenge? Did you have a challenge at that point when you first started?
I would say probably not. For me, it was such a busy time. So I think maybe even just pressing play some days, just to press play was kind of, a mind game. Oh, do I need to do it? Maybe just go outside, do a run. But I was really committed to doing the 3 weeks and getting the results. So yeah, pressing play. The food for me was actually easy. I loved the containers and knowing and finally it was like, no, I finally know how to eat properly at 30
Right.
years old.
Right. Fantastic. Okay, so let me flip the switch a little bit. So you are now a coach. What has coaching done for you and your family's lives? Like what has Beachbody Coaching done for you?
Okay, so this may be like, I have a couple different answers for you. One of them, my first big thing. So you've met my husband, Jordan. He did not work out. We've been together for, I don't know, 16 years. He never worked out. And then after, a couple months of me coaching, he's like, I want to work out. He cut out Red Bull. He cut out a lot of crappy food and started working out and had fantastic results. Not weight loss, but just like muscle gains and just being super fit. So the health benefits for my family was like fantastic. That is still kind of what my number one things that it's done for me. My self-esteem, like I would have never, ever gone live. And especially on like how you just asked me, I'm not ready. I'm not all done up. But I'm just talking. I'm just being real. And I would have never, ever in a million years done that. Personal development, which is one of our vital behaviors, is coaching. I always thought it was cheesy. I was like, that's those self-help books and all that stuff. But reading those, more for me listening to them, because I'm always on the run. I listen to books. Huge for me. And I'm going to talk about financial as well, because I used to work those 5 days a week and pick up the shifts, and I was offered an opportunity for a 3-day-a-week job at the local hospital, and I was making an income every week. And Jordan said, like, Mel, you're making an income here. Like, take that opportunity. Don't have to pick up. Don't have to work weekends. You can do Beachbody and do this. So that switch for my family, like to be able, like today I was at my daughter's school, like I was off work today, I was at my daughter's school volunteering. Like that's a huge thing for me, to be more present in my kids' lives. Beachbody has done that for me.
Let me ask you this question, because you were talking about personal development.
Yeah.
You can get personal, not get personal. Think about a struggle that you had, and how did the personal development help you through that struggle?
Well, I've always struggled with anxiety. I still get it some, but that I know how to manage it better. I am going to share that I used to care what people think all the time. And it would really stop me from doing anything. It would, oh, well, what's that person going to think? Or even like posting things on my social media, like posting, like say a flexing picture or something like that. I always thought, oh, that person's going to think I'm showing off, or that person's going to be like, why is she doing that? And letting go of that, like I just remember so many times like not wanting to go to certain things because I thought people were going to think something about me, or even announcing that I was a Beachbody coach. I was scared that people were going to be like, oh, she's on this gimmicky thing, and it's not that. And now I don't care, because of the benefits, what it's been for our family. I do not give a F. Like I'm not going to swear, but I don't care. And I'll yell it from the rooftop. I don't care. I'm a Beachbody coach, yeah, and it's been great for my family, and that's too bad if you don't like it. Because you cannot please everybody, and that's what I've learned. I've really learned that not everybody likes me, and that's fine. I don't like everybody too. So, yeah.
So let me ask you this. Being a Beachbody coach, you've gone through transformation, and now I'm just winging my questions because you got my mind thinking. And you started going live, and you started posting these pictures of you flexing and stuff. Why do we do that as Beachbody coaches? Like why do you go live? Why do you do flexing posts? Why do you show transformations? Like why do you do that on social media? What's your meaning behind it?
So I want people to realize that their excuses, we all have those. So the things that are holding them back hold us all back, but it's a way of pushing through. So if people can see that I'm doing it too, then why can't they? And not in a mean way. Like I don't want to be like, oh, I'm doing it, and what's wrong with you? No, I want to show them, yeah, I had a shitty day. Yeah, I was up with a sick kid last night, but I'm still doing this. Or yeah, I do suffer from anxiety and things like that. I want to show other people that they can do it. So usually when I post something like that, I'm not just posting, hey, check these muscles out, me. I'm sharing something about that. Like, you know what, I really didn't want to press play today, or I had a really crappy day, or I have a huge pile of laundry. However, I'm going to do this because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good inside. Not always about the way that you look. It makes me feel good. So that's why I share it. And I want other people to feel as good as I feel. And when I'm sharing about the coaching is because I see people that they're struggling. They're not able to take their family, to pay all the bills, or to buy groceries, or, pay that extra $50 or whatever it is for their kids' class trip, or whatever it is, right? Like I want people to be able to do that. So that's why I share what it's done for me, not in a bragging way at all.
No, you're absolutely right, because people don't understand. We as Beachbody coaches, when we actually go live, and like this video, people are asking, well, why are you doing that? Because we want to show other people that, and not even on the coaching aspect, but we want to show people that they can do it too. Like we want to show that everybody has struggles. I posted my transformation picture this morning for the shift shop, and that was a very hard post for me to do because I gained some weight back over the last little while. And, I was always this, fit coach and just loving life. And you know what, to go and show that before picture that was just 3 weeks ago, that was really hard for me to do. But I did it because I wanted to show that, yes, there's going to be ups and downs, but yes, there's ways to change that. So I think showing value to other people, that's exactly why we go live. That's why we post what we do. That's why we talk to people as much as we do. I want to know what's next. What's next for you and your family in the next little while?
Well, so I'm wanting to grow for my family. We've got goals. My daughter's into figure skating. We actually have our first horseback riding lesson tonight here in the next half an hour, just over by our acreage. I'm wanting to be able to provide those things for my family. You know, growing up, I didn't get to have those opportunities, and I want to have that. If my kids I want to help them pursue their passions. We've built this acreage, and we're building on it, and that's like the family side. But as a coach and as a mentor and as a friend, I want to grow my team so they have those opportunities as well. I want other people on my team, around me, to feel that same success and grow from that.
It's fantastic. I'm excited to see where you are in the next 6 months. So my final question for you today, because I know you got to go. If you could say one thing to the people that are following you and watching you right now, what would that one thing be?
Just do it. Like, you can do it. We are all, Sean is a regular guy. I'm a regular girl. Like, we're just regular people. Like, I'm a mom. He's a dad. We work. We have our struggles. We have our insecurities. We push through them. Don't let your excuses, I have so many, don't let your excuses define who you are, because once you just stop with the excuses and push play or do whatever your struggle is, just push through that, you're going to see, you're going to succeed. Like, we're just regular people.
Like she said, guys, just do it. Take that first step. Get off the couch, whether it's go for a walk, go for a run, or just eating clean with some better choices. Guys, it's all about just making that change. That's the only way you're going to start, is just start little, make that change. If you're having problems or you're having issues, you can reach out to us. That's what we're here for. So thank you so much, Melodie, for jumping on the spur of a moment. I know you got some riding lessons to go. Much love. I'm sure we're going to see more of each other later in the future. So take care of yourself. Guys, that is it for Real Talk, Real People, Real Results. Today was with Melodie Ryan. Once again, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay,
bye.
Bye-bye.